5,000 years ago, a thriving city with meticulously planned grid streets, spacious two-story homes, imposing public halls, courtyards, and carefully organized cemeteries slipped quietly beneath the waves. Yet every foundation, every wall alignment, every scattered artifact remains exactly where its ancient builders placed them. No catastrophic collapse, no violent upheaval, no signs of panic or destruction, just an uncanny, near-perfect preservation under 4 meters of crystalline Greek seawater. This is Pavlopetri, the world's oldest underwater marvel, the oldest fully submerged urban settlement ever documented, older than the grand Minoan palaces on Crete, older than the fortified citadels of Mycenae, a complete Bronze Age city that defies everything we expect from sites lost to the sea. We picture sunken cities as victims of sudden wrath, earthquakes tearing land apart, monstrous waves erasing civilizations overnight. But Pavlopetri reveals a far stranger truth. Buildings stand upright on the seabed, pottery vessels lie intact in their original positions. Rows of heavy clay loom weights sit undisturbed, as if the weavers paused only moments ago. How could such an advanced metropolis, planned with engineering foresight centuries ahead of its era, vanish so gradually, so peacefully, that it appears frozen in time? What hidden stories do its streets and artifacts still hold about a people who mastered trade, industry, and urban life long before the classical Greek world emerged? The answers emerge from evidence meticulously gathered by divers and advanced sonar over recent decades. Evidence that paints Pavlopetri not as a mythical lost realm, but as a real, prosperous harbor town whose gentle submersion preserved secrets no land site can match. Pavlopetri lies just off the southern coast of Laconia in southern Greece, in sheltered Vatica Bay near the modern beach of Punta. Once, it occupied a strategic natural embayment facing the island of Kythera, a safe haven from the notorious Meltemi winds that plagued ancient mariners attempting the dangerous passage around Cape Malea, one of the most feared capes in the Aegean. Settlement began around 3500 BC during the final Neolithic period, with local pottery styles confirming early inhabitants. Occupation intensified through the early Helladic II phase around 2800 to 2200 BC, continued steadily into the Middle Helladic, and persisted through the Mycenaean era until approximately 1100 BC, the precise moment when broader disruptions ended the Bronze Age palace economies across the region. This was far more than a fishing hamlet. Pavlopetri represented one of Europe's earliest true urban experiments. At least 5 major streets intersected at deliberate right angles, forming orderly blocks. One documented road stretches 40 meters in a straight line, buildings clustered logically, rectilinear rooms arranged around open courtyards, some with clear evidence of 2 stories through preserved lower wall heights and fallen upper debris patterns. The site originally spanned nearly 10 hectares, supporting an estimated population of several hundred. Sophisticated water management included channels and wells, critical infrastructure that hints residents already contended with rising dampness centuries before final abandonment. Economically, Pavlopetri thrived as a maritime hub, controlling key routes between the Peloponnese, Crete, and the Cyclades. Obsidian blades and tools sourced from distant Melos prove long-distance exchange networks. Local metamorphic rock was expertly worked into rare specialized implements resembling obsidian in quality. Pottery imports bear unmistakable Minoan influences. Conical cups, bridge-spouted jars, alongside mainland and Cycladic forms. But the clearest signature of prosperity comes from textile production. Hundreds of pierced clay loom weights, spindle whorls, and biconical spools scattered across domestic contexts indicate large-scale weaving, almost certainly wool given Laconia's pastoral traditions. Warp-weighted looms would have filled courtyards with rhythmic activity, producing textiles for local use and export, a cornerstone industry of Bronze Age economies. Daily life unfolded in predictable yet revealing patterns. Fishermen launched small craft from the natural harbor at dawn. Women, and likely specialized workers, tended looms in shaded spaces. Potters fired elegant sauce boats, rope-decorated pithoi for storage. portable hearths and strainers in household kilns. Bronze figurines and small clay zoomorphic bovids suggest personal devotion or decorative arts. Social structure shows through burials. Intramural pythos burials, adults carefully placed in massive storage jars within homes, mark early practices. Later, organized extramural cemeteries emerged. 37 underwater cyst graves, plus 2 chamber tombs, supplemented by 60 rock-cut graves on nearby Paunta shore. Some feature kidney-shaped chambers with stepped dromoi entrances, the earliest formalized cemetery in Laconia, implying communal land claims and ancestor reverence. Mycenaean occupants respected these older graves, enlarging small early Bronze Age cysts into grander chamber tombs around them. This deliberate incorporation suggests strong continuity of lineage or territorial rights across millennia. Ritual elements add deeper mystery. Building 9 stands out, elongated plan terminating in a curved apse, with 3 intact early Minoan conical cups deliberately embedded into wall foundations. Not accidental drops, not later intrusions, purposeful placements, offerings linking Pavlopetri directly to Cretan religious practices far earlier than previously documented. Nearby, a massive rectangular hall measures 34 meters long with thick walls and internal pillar partitions, features echoing yet predating the famous Megaron throne rooms of Mycenaean palaces like Pylos or Tiryns. This structure may represent an early communal or elite gathering space, pushing back timelines for hierarchical architecture. Herringbone masonry techniques and Kerb-Schnitt-style hearths demonstrate advanced building knowledge. No artificial harbor structures have been identified, yet the sheltered bay clearly accommodated prehistoric vessels, positioning Pavlopetri as a vital node in emerging Aegean networks. Modern exploration began in 1967 when Dr. Nicholas Fleming of the Institute of Oceanography spotted regular building outlines from aerial reconnaissance. Initial surveys confirmed the site's antiquity, but comprehensive mapping waited until 2009. That year, the University of Nottingham's Pavlopetri Underwater Archaeology Project, directed by John Henderson in collaboration with Elias Spondylis and Chrysanthi Gallo of the Greek Ephorate of Underwater Antiquities, deployed cutting-edge acoustic sonar and robotic surveying alongside traditional diver grids. Results stunned researchers. In a single season, sand shifts revealed 9,000 additional square meters of structures, effectively doubling the known city extent. High-resolution 3D digital reconstructions followed, making Pavlopetri the first submerged town ever fully mapped in 3 dimensions, a benchmark still unmatched for prehistoric sites. Every chronological marker aligns precisely. Earliest pottery dates to 3,500 to 3000 BC. Peak construction and activity cluster 2,800 to 2,200 BC. Mycenaean fine wares and architectural adaptations continue until circa 1,100 BC, with only faint later traces from proto-geometric, classical, Hellenistic, and Roman visitors. What makes Pavlopetri uniquely valuable? Land-based early Bronze Age sites suffer plowing, erosion, and modern overlay. Here, gradual submersion sealed the city like a time capsule. Streets remain trafficked exactly as laid. Domestic assemblages sit in primary context. No later construction disturbed the Bronze Age layer. This preservation allows questions impossible elsewhere. How early did true urban planning emerge? When did specialized industry scale up? How did mainland communities integrate Minoan influences? The submersion itself forms the central enigma. Popular imagination demands catastrophe, a single earthquake or tsunami mirroring Atlantis tales Plato described centuries later. Scientific evidence rejects drama. Detailed geomorphological studies of the Hellenic arc subduction zone reveal steady tectonic subsidence, approximately 0.8 to 1.0 millimeter annually over 5 millennia, totaling 4 to 5 meters of drop. Combined with eustatic sea level rise of several meters since the end of the last ice age, the coastline retreated inexorably. By late Mycenaean times, lower streets flooded seasonally. Residents responded with enhanced drainage channels, raised thresholds, deeper wells, clear adaptations to encroaching water. Yet no widespread destruction horizon appears. No burned layers. No scattered valuables indicating flight. Buildings settled gently onto the seabed as land subsided. Final abandonment around 1100 BC coincides with documented regional collapse, disrupted trade routes, drought cycles, possible sea peoples' incursions. Slow flooding likely rendered the harbor impractical first, prompting gradual relocation to higher ground nearby. Inhabitants salvaged portable wealth, leaving structures and fixed installations behind. Afterward, the bay saw only occasional reuse, preserving the core Bronze Age layout intact. Today, Pavlopetri faces modern threats accelerating what millennia spared. Large ship anchors drag across fragile remains. Tourism boats and unregulated snorkeling disturb contexts. Pollution and shifting currents erode protective sand layers. Posidonia seagrass decay alters seabed chemistry. Since 2016, protective buoys and a 3-kilometer exclusion zone help. UNESCO recognition and world monuments. Fund monitoring support ongoing conservation. Public awareness events like Pavlopetri Watch Day offer guided snorkel tours to build support. Archaeologists now prioritize non-invasive robotics and photometric recording, leaving vast artifact scatters in situ for future generations. As of 2025, researchers continue developing advanced recovery techniques while emphasizing preservation. The vast majority of pottery, tools, and architectural features remain underwater, untouched potential for answering lingering questions about Bronze Age society. Pavlopetri, discover the world's oldest underwater marvel, and recognize how one quiet shift of earth and sea can erase yet perfectly preserve an entire civilization's daily reality. Its streets prove urban sophistication arose earlier than textbooks claimed. Its loom weights document organized production fueling trade empires. Its ritual cups connect distant cultures. Its silent descent challenges every catastrophic myth. If exploring Pavlopetri, the world's oldest underwater marvel, captivated you, subscribe immediately. Fresh revelations about lost cities, ancient technologies, and submerged histories release weekly. Enable notifications to catch every new impossible truth. In comments, share what intrigues you most. The eerily intact preservation, the surprisingly advanced city planning, the ritual Minoan links, or the gradual, almost peaceful disappearance. Your insights guide future deep dives. Thank you for joining this journey into Pavlopetri. More wonders wait beneath the waves.